What's up, y'all? This is Justin Bozeman with a quick drive time, and I was supposed to come back up with a video about Vladimir Putin and the Russia-Ukraine situation, but when I began to start that video, I realized that there was so much to really unpack. I wouldn't be able to do it justice in a 2 or 3 minute video, and so I'm going to say this before I do another edition of Uncle Tom's Extravaganza, which will have the next season and the new season starting within the next 72 hours. This whole Russia thing and the elites, the world bankers, the people who are trying to run the world, I call them the super elites, they've been trying to get Russia for a long time. And the only person who stood in the way of a globalist agenda for a very long time has been Vladimir Putin. It's the only one that he hasn't let the world bankers come in and take over his country. He's stood up to them at every turn. It's the only country where George Soros has a warrant out for his arrest. And this is the world elite trying to make their play at eventually removing Vladimir Putin. But a lot of people don't recognize and realize is that Vladimir Putin, along with Donald Trump, they were really the only people who were fighting against the globalist agenda. There's a clip where Donald Trump said, and he said it and he meant it, where he said they're after me, they're after you. He said they're not really after me, they're really after you, but I'm just standing in the way. Who was the they that he was referring to? Well, he's talking about the elites, the world bankers, the people who are trying to take the world to a globalist agenda, to a globalist economy. And so don't be fooled with this Russia thing, thinking that, be leaving all the media hype about Vladimir Putin being crazy and him being wrong for doing this and doing that. They've been wanting to use the Ukraine against Russia for years. They've had weapons of mass destruction in the Ukraine that they never got rid of. There's been things that Vladimir Putin has had concerns about in terms of security-wise that were not addressed. And so now, he's just doing what he believes is best for his country in terms of addressing those concerns, because America couldn't do it because, Donald Trump's he's not in office right now. So he knew that he didn't have any allies in the West. So I want people to really be conscious and not get overhyped about this whole thing and not to be deceived about what's going on. So there's a bigger picture here with Vladimir Putin, and this has been a thing where they've been trying to control Russia even before the Soviet Union. Around the time of Abraham Lincoln, they started to put their stuff into place. And it's amazing how you can see the globalists moving forward in their plans to try to take over certain things. And so I am going to go into more detail once I have a little bit more time. But don't be deceived. Pray for the innocents who are in the Ukraine, that there's no accidental fires. There shouldn't be any... there shouldn't be that many casualties in terms of innocent civilians if stuff is done right and done properly. But I just want people to be aware of the manipulation that's going on in the mainstream news media. So that being said, this is Justin Bozeman. This is another quick drive time. I'm signing.